Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, June 16, 2014. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures as always. And you're going to see that the futures are trading lower today by $4.25 to 1931.5 per contract. Now you can see that the futures are off of the worst levels. Overnight levels, you can see they were much lower, so they have come off the overnight lows, but nonetheless, market is still a little bit negative ahead of the opening bell this morning. Now, there's a lot going on in Iraq. There's a lot of geopolitical events taking place. There's a lot going on, obviously, in Russia and the Ukraine. The market, for the most part, though, has been immune to that news. However, the Iraqi news is a little bit disturbing, and markets are a little bit uptight over that, as you do have crude, light sweet crude trading above $107 a barrel, and that is always problematic going forward. But either way, there are a lot of stocks in the news today. Let's go over them. There's big merger Monday. What you're going to see here is that Medtronic looks like they made an acquisition today, so the stock right now is trading at $65 a share, closed at $62. There is no upside, in my opinion, in Medtronic right here, especially after this deal. But they are buying COV, which is Covidien, and they will relocate in Ireland. So that's the reason why Medtronic is even higher today, because they will, I guess, headquarter themselves in Ireland. And again, that's a lower tax structure over there for the company. So again, we're starting to see more and more of this, where corporations are fleeing the United States. Recently, we had Pfizer looking to do a deal with GlaxoSmithKline for the same reason, but that deal did fall through. All right, another merger we're looking at today is SanDisk. They are buying Fusion.io. Okay, so SanDisk right here. Again, I don't think SanDisk has a whole lot of upside at the moment, but nonetheless, they are purchasing FIO. I forget the exact amount, but if you own Fusion, congratulations. Stock was trading at $9. It is now $11.55. Lock in your gains, trail your stop loss, however you want to play it, but that's all you could really do with it. And again, SanDisk buying out Fusion.io. I forget exactly the amount, but nonetheless, there is another takeover. Last takeover that I'm seeing, and there probably are a couple more, but this is all that I found. Level 3 Communications, LVLT. Looks like they're buying out TW Telecom. We'll pull that chart up in a moment. You see level 3 here trading at around $45.48. The stock has a ton of resistance up here. I'm not sure how high it could go because it does have a pretty good pattern. I would probably say around 49 bucks. That would be a fading level for LVLT if it can get there. Let's take a look at TWTC. This is the one you don't do anything with because this is the company that's being acquired. Right now it's trading at around $41. Again, if you own it, congratulations. It should just flatline from here and go sideways. But nonetheless, tremendous move if you own TW Telecom. All right, let's take a look here at some other stocks in the news today. YHOO is in the news. It looks like Alibaba news came out that they're slowing down, and YHOO is getting hit pretty sharply. The stock closed at $36.94. The only level I see for YHOO today would be around $32.50. So if YHOO gets at $32.50, you can play it there for a scalp bounce. That's the one level I do think can hold up today. But really, outside of that, I don't really see all that much. The stock closed at $36.94, now trading around the $35.36 level. But again, I do think YHOO is headed lower. Let's take a look at MSG, Madison Square Garden. There's some news out now out of Barron's saying that MSG is probably worth, more $100 a share because somebody's willing to pay for the basketball team in California $2 billion. Steve Ballmer. So the stock is getting a big move today. It closed at $57.78. Was trading as high as $61 in the pre-market. Again, I think the stock's overbought. I think this week there's options expiration going on. You're going to hear a lot of rumors and a lot of false speculation, I should say, a lot of upgrades and downgrades that are really make no sense. But that's the week of a monthly expiration. It's also a quadruple expiration, quadruple witching that is on Friday. So everything under the sun will be expiring. But expect to hear more of this stuff. I would not be a buyer of MSG. Stock is near an a new all-time high, but I would not be a buyer 1 minute up here at these levels. Next one we're going to take a look at is this Bluebird Bio, and it looks like the stock is trading at $44.02. It looks like there's some genetic positive drug data out on the equity. So again, I don't know how much we can make out of it, but nonetheless, stock is soaring on some gene therapy treatment for blood disorder. So again, the stock closed at $26. It's now trading at $44.02. If you own it, you just trail your stop loss. That's all you do with it. If you don't own it, you cannot be a buyer up here. This is a new all-time high. It's very, very extended, very, very stretched. I would not touch it with a 10-foot pole at this stage of the game. You wait for a better pattern in the future. But if you own it, you just trail your stop loss, and maybe they take it up. I don't think there's going to be much upside left from here, but you never know. I don't know what the drug does or how big the news is or how big the market of sales is for the drug, but nonetheless, it's a tremendous move today, and that's on Bluebird Bio. All right, let's shift gears here a little bit. Let's go right to the gold market. Gold is catching another bid today. It's up $7.50. Take a look at the GLD here, $123.35. It closed at $122.96. So the GLD is trading higher. Good resistance on GLD at 125.10 today if it does get up there. I'm not sure it will, but nonetheless, it may. You never know. But if it gets up there, that will be the big resistance level for GLD today, 125.10. Let's take a look at the oil market this morning. Light sweet crude, as we talked about earlier, trading above $107. It's now at $107.13, higher by 22 cents on the session. Now, oil is a little bit extended, a little bit stretched, but nonetheless, my level for the USO today is around 39.45, possibly 39.50, and I have another resistance level at 39.75. So any way you slice it or dice it, oil is still in a strong technical position, especially with the geopolitical events that are taking place in Iraq this morning. Again, keep that on the radar. Right now, it's very, very hard to see oil drop significantly with all that's taking place geopolitically. So again, I would not get in front of it on the short side. I wouldn't be a buyer up here either, but nonetheless, oil's holding up pretty firm, at least at the moment. All right, I think I covered everything that I wanted to. We'll see how today plays out. It is a Monday. Generally, Mondays are a little bit on the quieter side, but nonetheless, there are some stocks out there making some big moves, and you do have a lot of activity with the mergers, so we'll see where this takes this market. But again, futures right now are down about 3.5 points. They've continued to come off the lows. Keep an eye on the dollar-yen chart today. This always tells us a lot. If dollar-yen can somehow find low like it does miraculously between 8 and 9 o'clock almost every day, then that could also lift the markets a little bit. But nonetheless, we are seeing a little bit of weakness, at least ahead of the opening bell this morning. With that said, everybody have a great trading day, and we will see you on the charts.